The European Central Bank is moving closer to a CBDC. Which technology will they select? Christine Lagarde will be in charge of this. Has she already chosen the victors? We receive some fresh knowledge today in addition to looking at certain current data to maybe really improve our knowledge of the technology option here. This interview took place only a few days ago, thus first I did want to address this. The chair was really the talk of the town. Actually, a Ripple USD Advisory Board member Powell, chair of the Federal Reserve, was interviewed. In fact, I had no idea when I first saw this who this individual was. I do now, but look at this. Well, let me go to something more sort of about technological change and new sorts of instruments. Digital currencies. How do you view the possibility for more favorable rules coming on them and possible risks for the system from that? You know, we went through a wave of failures and fraud and stuff like that were the headlines for a couple of years. What you see now, I believe, is during that time we were attempting to work, we collaborated with Congress to try to obtain a legal framework for stable coins, which would have been a wonderful starting point. We failed. The climate is changing in my opinion, and you are entering more mainstreaming of that whole industry. Thus, once more, Congress is considering a legal framework for stable coins from both the Senate and the House. Depending on what's in it, that's a good concept. We require that. At present, there is not one. Stablecoins are digital products that could really attract quite a lot of interest and should have consumer protections of the usual kind and openness. The Senate and the House are addressing that. That is therefore good. I also believe some of the we took a fairly conservative and other bank regulators took an even more conservative view on the guidance and rules we placed on banks. I believe some of that will loosen, and I believe we will attempt to do it in a manner that maintains safety and soundness, but that, allows and supports proper innovation. But that does so in a way that, again, doesn't put consumers at risk in ways they don't understand or make banks less safe and sound. Okay, it's encouraging that the Federal Reserve Chair in the United States recognizes the need of stable coins and how the US is progressing toward that invention. At last. Okay, you do have certain digital euro news, so let us clarify this. We therefore have to first sort of go back a few years and know when Christine Lagarde was in charge of the IMF. This is an older clip, so please be patient with me, everyone. I understand. We still have to configure the whole video at the conclusion of this clip. Christine Lagarde informs you whom she considers industry disruptors and whom you should be on guard against. And when she brings it up, you'll see a name. Should you not know this, it will be gold. Just fast forward if you have seen it. Eliminate some of the obstacles, including the unconscious prejudices that exist out there, by means of new technologies that will really alter the manner in which intermediation is carried out. In the banking system at large, in many nations, I believe the distinction will not be between those who are disturbed and those who endure, but it will be between those who self-induce that cannibalization and those who are cannibalized because they are not seeing it coming and they are not embracing it. I'm deliberately using cannibalization since it's a rather striking, terrible term, but really, it's what it means. You're going to upset your business model, you will alter it, your expenses will go down, you're going to speed up your deals. You will develop that on the foundation of an already existing backbone, your bank, and the confidence relationship you have built with your clients, so you will keep inspiring confidence. That is hence where I observe current changes. Thinking of Circle, Ripples, and all those helps and actively places them. They are active and useful there. Keep in mind, Circle lacks CBDC technology. I could run you 10 or 11 clips of Christine Lagarde discussing Ripple and how they are affecting the business, correct? It is totally upset the conventional banking system. Alright, we know they're attempting to push the digital euro, the future of money, via October. Parliament is required. The ECB requires Parliament to pass laws on currency or amend current ones. The digital, the CBDC can be used like normal currency in that nation, correct? Or in the European Union, across 27 nations and likely other countries using the euro as well. That means wholesale CBDC, digital euro, and Ripple. We know Ripple has been collaborating closely with them for rather some time. It claims the euro system is developing a wholesale CBDC, also known as new technology-based wholesale, correct? Retail wholesale. I covered this in a recent video. Here is Christine Lagarde. This fresh video I didn't have until today. That is why I intended to create this video today. Allow me to play it. Our cutoff date is October. Therefore, my governing council has until October 2025 to decide whether we go forward or not. That makes it a significant date. My great wish is that by then, the European Parliament has approved the laws supporting the technical work, the policy work, the unified rulebook we are developing to enable our launch. Consistent set of rules. Sounds like a unified ledger to me, but all good, all good. I did want to show you this, the Digital Euro Association Ripple creating CBDC standards. Ripple has therefore been cooperating with the European Central Bank for a while now. Keep in mind, she was only discussing ensuring the unified standards were set. It's fascinating that Ripple has been collaborating with them to create such standards. Believe it to be roughly 35 people worldwide. We're really considering CBDC. We deal with many various banks. The most crucial component, however, is to begin with secure, resilient, and stable foundation. Considering CBD, it's the national currency. It's the money of sovereign nation. Digital currency, whatever we call it, is the most crucial money we possess in our nations. Thus the basis of everything we at Ripple do, but especially regarding the CBDCs, are consistent strong technologies and standards. One of the issues regarding standards is really crucial. Standards guiding the development of a set of criteria for the way we run CBDCs, where we run them, and how. That really originates from our 10-year history of cross-border payments, during which we have assisted in obtaining the standards of cross-border payments. You are listening to Anthony Welfare. You might be asking who that is. It's Anthony Welfare. Allow me to simply show you a photo of him. Anthony Welfare, Fair Ripple, pardon me. Fair Ripple. Allow me to demonstrate. Naturally, if I spell his name correctly, that would be really beneficial. This man right here. Understood. Anthony Welfare here. Let's return to this. Payments to a particular, degree, so other businesses and other suppliers can really accomplish this. Thus stability is the first basis. The second one, surprise surprise, is trust and security. Security is a must. This is our national money. But some of trust and security is obvious rules and openness. Regulations are still evolving. CBDCs everyone. Christine Lagarde was just discussing that in the video I just played for you. Still quite, let's say mid-stage. I believe the past early stage, but mid-stage in terms of how to control and cooperate with them. A major debate surrounding this is transparency and privacy. Once you have the foundations, the third level is to begin obtaining the fascinating part and truly begin to observe the advantages of CBDCs. No access and inclusion, not just for individuals, but for citizens as well. The banks, the fintechs, the various liquidity providers, many different people, businesses, and organizations all want to run with this. Essentially, we examine this layer, coming around an API kind layer, and incorporating other parties and other solutions. The fourth is compatibility. From day one, we really consider this. We don't consider it later. This is all about how we interact with the domestic system, the present system in the nations, but other systems, no CBDCs, stable coins, native cryptos, they will all be part of the future, and they all need to work together. And in some way, we have to make that occur. That occupies much of our thoughts. Then at last, for me as the businessman, the most thrilling part is all about what we can do with this. Once we constructed it, once it functions, is interoperable, secure, and robust. How can we use this to pay people better, to generate money, to transfer money across borders, to earn micropayments, to do all the innovation that CBDCs enable? That part for me is the most thrilling, but you require the basics first. Alright, just fast, let me back this up only a second, since I want the graph on the screen. Interoperability, for alright. Compatibility with other CBDCs. I now hear this often. Sensei, why will our nations pick Ripple as their CBDC solution? When someone inquired about it, I found it to be quite interesting.